Hey guys, what's up? This is Brett. Welcome to this week's episode of Friday on the Turntable. Today I'm going to be doing a long overdue feature on two great artists, Rozz and Gitane DeMone. Their one and only collaborative album, Dream Home Heartache. For those of you unfamiliar with the names Rozz and Gitane, they were both members of the LA death rock, goth rock, post-punk, whatever you want to call them, band called Christian Death. I have behind me their third album, Ashes, and Rozz and Gitane appeared on two albums together, the second and the third one, Catastrophe Ballet and Ashes. Gitane had joined the band prior to the Catastrophe Ballet album. I think back in 1983 is when she joined. And then when Rozz left the band after the Ashes album, she continued on in Christian Death up until I think about 1990, and then went on a solo career. Rozz formed several different musical side projects, one of them being Shadow Project, and then the two of them reunited in the early 90s, and in Europe they actually recorded this album in a few days. Dream Home Heartache, named after for the opening track in every Dream Home Heartache, which is of course a cover song of the Roxy Music song from the For Your Pleasure album. Phenomenal cover version. This album is really unique. You know, for those of you guys that are familiar with Christian Death, this album is in a much different style. If you're familiar with the song Lament from Ashes, it's almost a slight touchstone where it's a duet and there's an accordion. It almost has a German beer hall sound to it. And this album is more of a cabaret torch song. They bring back the accordion on the song A World Apart. They duet sometimes they just trade off on songs, just some spoken word. There's another cover on this one of Jimi Hendrix's Manic Depression, which they really dissect. They bring it into a very minimalist style. Gitane singing the main parts, and then smack in the middle of the track there's a whole spoken word section from Rozz in there, which elevates it to a whole different level. And the vinyl version actually includes a bonus track, and it's a second version. It's a previously unreleased version of Manic Depression. My favorite tracks on this one are a song called Flowers, which is a piano, heart-wrenching, soul-bearing song sung by Rozz, and it's a struggle with addiction, and he just lays it all out in that song, and the lyrics on that one, and that's probably my favorite song of his. It's just so emotional. It's over 6 minutes long and just intense. And at one point, my band Audra, because we've played together with Gitane several times. Really an amazing musician and a great voice and a really nice person. I'm going to post a link down below because there's a video on YouTube of her and my band performing a song from our first album called You're So Pretty. But what was I getting at there? Back in 2007 we had started recording a covers album. We actually finished it and then we never released it, but we actually recorded a version of the song Flowers. And it'll probably remain unreleased, but it's an amazing song. Moon Without a Tear, which is a really gentle, almost lullaby-esque song with Gitane on vocals, beautiful. And the title track, their version of the Roxy Music song, is just outstanding. It's Rozz-led, it's very minimal. Like the Roxy Music song, it explodes at the end, and Gitane comes in with her backing vocals, and it's just it's untouchable. It's a great version. Let me think of a few other things. So back in 1995, they toured for this album, and sadly, they came to Arizona. I still have my flyer here, and they were gonna come to a venue here called the Nile Theater, and my band had played there several times. And my brother and I, we went down there. Called ahead of time. Are they there? Are they gonna be playing? Yes, come down. And the show was canceled, and apparently the venue didn't even, it was canceled in advance, so they made us go down there for nothing. But sadly, I still have my flyer of it. And Rozz Williams passed away on April 1st of 1998, so he is definitely a sad loss and no longer with us. Put it out in a very short 34 years. He put out an amazing body of work: the Christian Death albums, the Shadow Project, all of his little solo excursions, and this beautiful record right here. A few other things I want to mention. Gitane has a new album, came out last year, called The Reflecting Shadow. It's up on her Bandcamp page, so please show some support for Gitane. Perhaps you didn't even know she had a new album out. And this album also can be purchased on her Bandcamp page. I will have a link down for that below. And let me see what else I want to talk about. Oh yeah, and as I was going through my collection and sifting through the CDs, I found my band was on a label called Project Records, and back in, I think this was 2002 or something, they released an album of Dark Cabaret, and we have a track on there called Cabaret Fortune Teller, but the Rozz and Gitane song Flowers is actually on this as well. Oh, and I sang for a band called Black Tape for a Blue Girl, and there's a song that I sang on that too called Knock 3 Times. And then back in the early 2000s, we were asked to contribute to a Rozz tribute album. This is called The Tongue Achieves the Dialect, and we did a version of the Glass House, or This Glass House, from the second Christian Death album, Catastrophe Ballet. And there was a vinyl release of it, which I also have, but our track wasn't included on the vinyl release. But definitely something cool. Yeah, so Rozz and Gitane, Dream Home Heartache. What else can I say about it? It's such an interesting album, and it's such a cool sound. It's not what you expect. Yeah, beautiful. Check out the links below, guys. I'll talk to you soon.